Hello, my name is Steve. I'm one of the librarians at the Kellogg-Hubbard Library. In this video, I'm going to go over using the Overdrive service to read ebooks and listen to audiobooks on a computer. There will be separate videos for using this same service on an Android or Apple smartphone or tablet, as well as for an Amazon Kindle. To start on a computer, I'm going to open an internet browser. And then I'm going to navigate to the library's website, which is kellogg-hubbard.org. When I've made it to the library's website, I'm going to hover over the digital option in this menu, and then I'm going to click on eBooks and Audiobooks. In the eBooks and Audiobooks page that opens, there's a Overdrive and Libby symbol. If I click on that symbol, it will open the Overdrive website for me. I want to take a moment here just to clarify names. Overdrive is the name of the service. Libby is the name of the app. So if you want to use this service on an iPhone or an Android phone or tablet, you will need to download the Libby app. Although the app has a different name from the service, you're accessing the exact same catalog of ebooks and audiobooks. So in this case, we're on the website to access this collection, and I'm going to begin by signing in. When I click on sign in, it's first going to ask me what the name of my library is. This is a shared service with most of the public and school libraries in the state of Vermont. And when I click on this menu, it will show me that list of all the libraries that use this service, and I can scroll down to Kellogg-Hubbard Library. After that, it will ask me for a card number and a password. Your library card number is located on the back of your library card. It's 14 digits long. It's printed with spaces, but when you type it in to log into Overdrive, you're going to want to leave those spaces out, so you will type in 14 digits without any spaces. If you don't have your library card, if you've lost it, or if you don't know what your password is, please contact the library. We can be reached by phone or email, and we're happy to provide that information for you. So if I go back here, I'll need to type in my 14-digit library card number and my password, and click on sign in. I know I was successful in signing in because I no longer see the sign in option here. Now I see a My Account option. If you want to begin by doing a search, you can click on the search icon right here. That will open a search bar for you. You can type in any terms into the search bar to search the entire collection. You could type in a title or an author or even a subject. In this case, I'm going to type in a author. When I click on enter, I'm given my search results for that author's name. It's showing me 50 search results. When it did the search, it did it as a keyword search. So this is going to include not just books written by Jane Austen, but also books about Jane Austen. When I look at my search results, I can see some information listed at the top of each item. And that's going to show me if the item's available, if I've already borrowed the item, or the third option, which you'll see, is the item is not available. That would be if someone else has the item checked out and you have to put a hold on the item. Underneath the availability listing, you'll see a cover image for the item. Underneath that, you will see the title of the item, the author, the format listed, as Overdrive offers both ebooks and audiobooks, and then you will see an option to borrow the item. If I want more information about a particular item, I can click on the cover image. When I do that, I'm given some details about the title itself. I'm also given the option to read a sample. You'll see a borrow button here, so you can borrow from this screen or you can borrow from your search results screen. If I've decided that this is the item that I want to borrow, I'll click on borrow. It's going to ask me to confirm that, yes, I want to borrow this title in this format for this many days. There are two options. You can borrow an item for 7 days or 14 days, and you can click on this pull-down menu to choose what you want. After I've chosen that, I just need to confirm by clicking borrow one more time. I see that I was successful. I'm also told when the item is due. With eBooks and audiobooks, you do not have to do anything to return an item. It will happen automatically on the day that the item is due. However, if you want to return something early, there is a way to do that. You can borrow up to 3 titles at any one time. In this case, this was the 3rd title that I've borrowed, so I no longer have any more loans that I can make right now until I return something. I'm also given 2 options of how to read this book. I can read it now in the browser, or I can download it. I would choose to download this if I wanted to read this without an internet connection. So if I wanted to take my computer someplace that didn't have an internet connection, but I still wanted to read my ebook, I would choose to download the book. In this case, I want to read it in the browser because I'm going to keep my computer in a place that has an internet connection. So I'll choose Read Now in Browser. And this will open up the reading screen. So it begins on the cover. If I click, it will move along to the next page, and I can keep clicking to progress the book along to different pages. You'll see when I get to the contents page, I can link to any one particular chapter if I want to. The book is currently being displayed in 2 columns, so a column for each page. I can change that. If I go to the very bottom of the page and I click, I'll see a menu opens up. At the bottom, I'll see how far along in the book I've made it. At the top, I can choose to change from the 2-column layout to a 1-column layout. I can search the book for a particular word or phrase if I'm remembering something that I read in the book and I'm trying to find where it is. I can click on this icon to place a bookmark in this book so I can come back to this page later. I can also click on this menu button here to give me lots more options, including skipping to a particular chapter, skipping to a particular bookmark that I've made, and I can click on reading settings here, and I can change how large or how small the text is, and I can also change the color of the background to whatever I prefer. Okay, so if I have finished reading and I want to go back to Libby and go back to my searches, one thing is I got 50 search results with that particular search. That might be more than is convenient for me to sift through, and I can use these menu options on the left to look at just to narrow my searches and look at more specific items. Specifically, if I want to see what audiobooks are available, I can click on this audiobooks option and then click on that format. Here I see what audiobooks are currently available. As you can see, they are all currently either already checked out to other patrons or I've already placed them on hold for myself. If I want to place a hold on a particular item, I just have to click on the place hold option. When I do that, you'll see one of 2 screens. If you've already entered in your email account into Overdrive, you'll see this screen, which will just confirm that you've placed a hold on the item, and it will tell you what number on the holds list you are. If you haven't entered your email address into the Overdrive system yet, you'll get a screen before this which will ask you to type that information in. So the system knows what email address to send an email to when the item is ready. So what this means is that when my number comes up on the holds list, I'll receive an email to the email address that I entered, letting me know that I can log into Overdrive and begin listening to this audiobook. If I want to browse collections, I can do that by clicking on one of these options here. So I can look at specific subjects, or I can look at particular collections. Under collections, I can see just what's available now, I can see just what's new, or I can look at particular reading ages, and I can also look at particular award-winning books. In this case, if I look at specifically what is new, what is available now, it's going to give me a lot of results, but I can again narrow down my search results using these options on the left. So if I'm specifically looking for mystery books, I can choose that. And if I specifically am looking for thrillers, I can narrow down my search even further. So now that I've borrowed some items and placed some items on hold, I can find them again by clicking on this symbol here, which is my shelf. If I click on the shelf image, I can see all of the items that I've borrowed, and I could continue reading the one which I began reading earlier by clicking Read Now in Browser again. When I do that, it opens me up to where I left off with the settings that I had previously set. I can also look at what items I've placed on hold, and this again tells me how long I have to wait for a particular item. I can choose to remove a hold if I no longer want this book by clicking Remove and then Remove Hold. Likewise, if I go to my loans and I finished a book before the 14 days is out, I can choose to return it early. What that will do is it will open up a space in my loans so that I could borrow something else. So that's a very basic and quick overview of using the Overdrive system to download ebooks and audiobooks. If you have any questions or if you run into any problems, please do reach out to the library. Again, we can be reached by phone or email, and we're happy to help with any questions that you might have. Thank you.